Hello, this is NWHunt97 for another Destiny video, and today we're gonna fulfill all the breakdowns with the Hunter, with the subclasses. And today we're gonna do the Nightstalker. Okay, starting with grenades, we have Spike Grenade, a grenade that attaches to any surface and emits a torment of damage void light. A turret, I should say. So, this used to be not so good back, around beginning of Taken King and, around that area. But now it's really good because they doubled the damage and they reduced the time, so therefore you could kill a person in PvP a lot more faster, which is very, very good. So if you like this type of grenade, I do not recommend, curse this grenade to say that it's horrible. You should use it. Okay, second is Void Wall Grenade, a grenade that creates a horizontal wall of burning void light. This is actually okay for choke points where you're in like a tunnel and you just throw a grenade and there's a whole bunch of people inside. That's good for choke points, but honestly I do not use this one because I prefer to use Vortex Grenade, a grenade that creates a vortex continually damage enemies trapped inside. So this is like Void Wall, except it's like 360 ticking damage instead of a horizontal line. So this is actually really good with this thing, with this little combo that the community likes to call the Wombo combo, which I'll get to it in a second. But let's get to the jumps first. Okay, we have double jump, just like with with all of the subclasses on the Hunter. This is the exact same setup for the Gunslinger. Only thing is that higher jump is switched with triple jump, and better control, I think you get it first instead of triple jump. So these are the types of jumps for the Hunter. Preferably I like to use triple jump, but like I always say, I love using better control with the Bones of AO. Okay, this is probably the most interesting thing about the Nightstalker. Shadowshot. Tether foes to avoid anchor, slowing, weakening, and suppressing them for you and your allies. This is the one super you want to use for PvE, because not only that you weaken and slow and suppress them, you also get a bonus a damage buff once they're tagged with the Shadowshot, which is very good for like raid bosses and stuff like that. For PvP, this is good for just slowing down your opponents, and actually you could stop someone's super while you use Shadowshot, which can be very good, but the thing is, it's kind of hard to use. So let's look at the bonuses here. We have Bloodbound. Tethered enemies explode when killed. Damage to tethered enemies is shared to all. Good for PvE for like mobs, but I honestly do not recommend this perk because the other two are really good for both PvE and PvP. Black Hole. A void anchor that increases range, lasts significantly longer, and can tether more targets. For raids and strikes and all that, this is the power up you want to do for PvE. And then you have Quiver. Fire Shadowshot up to 3 times. Void Anchor have reduced range. This is essential for PvP if you want to use Shadowshot. Honestly, I can only recommend this perk right here for PvP. Then you have Smoke Bombs. Throws smoke to slow and disorient those trapped inside its cloud. Remember when I was talking about the Wombo combo? Well, you could use the smoke and the Vortex Grenade that you could throw to a certain area, and for those who are trapped inside it, you do a whole bunch of damage in a matter of seconds. You could kill someone easily if they're not moving fast enough. What used to happen is that they for those who are trapped inside, they wouldn't be able to jump out of the smoke grenade. But now Bungie decided that was too powerful, so they decided for you that you could jump outside of the smoke grenade. Still, the wombo combo is very good, and it's a favorite for many PvP masters. The bonuses you have is Envenom, adds a toxin that damages enemies within smoke. I mostly use this like all the time with smoke grenades, both for PvE and PvP, because not only that adds damage with PvE, it also adds damage towards PvP, and you actually want to use that if you want to use that wombo combo. Vanish in smoke. You and your allies near smoke explosions vanish from sight. Excellent for PvE, excellent for nightfalls, and excellent for heroic strikes. But honestly, I cannot recommend this for PvP at all. Then you have Snare. Allows smoke to stick to surfaces, detonating when enemies are near. This kind of reminds me of the trap mine grenade for the gunslinger. Only problem is that, you know, Envenom is a lot better than Snare. Because, you know, it just does more damage, and I think it lasts a little bit longer as well. Okay, for the stat boosting trees right here and here is the exact same for each class for the hunter. So do what you want to do. I always have armor is at my highest usually for the Nightstalker, and followed by agility and recovery. And that's for me personally. It's up to you if you want to what you want to use. Okay, for this tree you have Courage of the Pack. Killing tethered targets greatly increases recovery and armor for you and nearby allies. Stacks up to 3 times. This is good for PvP because preferably when someone actually kills someone, like for example with Quiver, using this perk you'll be able to kill you'll be able to get your armor and recovery up a lot higher. Therefore, you have your survivability rate a lot higher, so therefore you won't die as much. This is good if you are consistent with your kills, but honestly, I do not recommend this perk for PvP. Well, actually for PvE, but if you, I don't personally use this perk because I like the other 2 perks better. Okay, Light of the Pack. Killing tethered targets creates orbs of light for your allies. This gives you additional orbs of light for your tethered targets with Shadowshot, which is really good for PvE. And honestly, if you use this for PvP, therefore you have more supers for your teammates, and that causes for you for them to use their supers more often, killing your opponents more often, therefore you actually trying to win. So this is a support based perk right here. And then you have Lockdown. Grenade and smoke effects last twice as long, allowing strong territory control. This is very good for the wombo combo. If you want to use the wombo combo, use this perk. I honestly cannot recommend anything else with Envenom, Vortex, and Lockdown. Okay? It's essential for the wombo combo. Now for this tree, you have Kin Scout. Sprint and sneak faster, gain enhanced tracker, and the ability to mark targets you damage. This is very good for PvE, especially for patrols. When you're farming for, like, you know, spin metal or healing fragments, and you can also get chests in the patrols as well. Also, you could in PvP, if you shoot somebody, you can also see someone through walls, which is very effective. Honestly, this is both good for PvE and PvP. If you do not want to use the other 2 perks, this is a very good perk to use. Then you have Peteter. Decreases Shadowshot cooldown. Void anchors fired from Shadowshot become traps that stick to surfaces and wait for prey. This is kind of a delay when you use your Shadowshot. So when you shoot your bow and it sticks to a wall, it doesn't activate as soon as soon as it sticks to the wall. Instead, when someone gets near it, it'll activate, and it will be able to trap somebody with the void bow. Only problem is, if you get far away from that and someone gets sticked, you wouldn't be able to kill anybody with it. So, you know, you gotta be careful using this. But also, you get decreased cooldown for your Shadowshot when you're using this, which is pretty good. Then you have Shadestep. Press circle twice to invade. This used to be excellent during when the Taken King came out. But now Bungie decided to only you do one roll instead of two when it used to be like that. Still, this is really good if you just want to peek out of a window, see if there's any snipers, and you can just roll back so that you can avoid the sniper shots. You can also out-trick somebody using this for Shadestep, which is actually good for shotgun plays. Okay, for recommendations for exotics, Bones of Eo. Always recommend Bones of Eo for any class. This is a really fun exotic. There's also Seal Ahamkar's Grasp, where you get an additional melee charge, which is good for your wombo combo. Then you also have the Graviton Forfeit, which gives you Shadestep automatically. You don't have to get a perk for this, so you can go for Keen Scout instead of Shadestep, which is really good exotic. And also the Skyburner's Annex is really good for PvE if you're using the Nightstalker, just focusing on Orbs of Light, because when you create orbs, you'll be able to create orbs with heavy weapon kills, which is like the similar perk towards Defender, which I am going to get to in this series in a couple of videos. And you can also get your orbs, will get special ammo, which is good for, you know, PvE with raids and stuff like that. A lot of people don't use this, but I like to use this for the yeah, I can't speak today, for heavy weapon kill, for you know, making Orbs of Light. For weapons, honestly, I don't recommend anything, because depending on your style, you'll use your certain preference for your gameplay. But if you want to make as much orbs as you can with the Void Bow and the Skyburner's Annex, you could use Telesto, which makes you spawn more Orbs of Light so you get multi-kills. So if you want to be a complete support class, Telesto, Nightstalker, and you have the Skyburner's Annex, which is very good. Okay guys, that is it for the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm actually going to make another video to tell the future about you know, how the channel is going to go. Thanks, and God bless.